What's up, ladies and gentlemen? How are you all doing? My name is Wingsaber, and today we're back with another Heroes of the Storm hero guide. Today we will be looking over Jaina the Frost Mage. Now, when do you pick Jaina? You would pick Jaina the same time you would pick a Gul'dan or a KT, really when you just need a mage and some wave clear. Now, Jaina has the highest burst out of them, but she's also the closest range out of them. Jaina also has a game-changing heroic in Ring of Frost, although this is probably the hardest heroic to land, in my opinion, unlike Gul'dan's Fear. So Jaina really takes a lot of getting used to. Now, I'm going to show you guys two builds today and some tips and tricks to go along with the builds. The first build is going to be the standard build, being Fingers of Frost at 1, Frost Shards at 4, Ice Lance at 7, either Ring or Water Elemental at 10. For beginners, I highly recommend Water Elemental because it's a lot less punishing if you misuse it. So I'm going to take Water Elemental. At 13, it's either going to be Icy Veins or Ice Barrier. I can tell you that Ice Barrier is a 1% of the time pick. If you're getting dove by Genji Zeratul or something like that, you can take Ice Barrier. But by then, you'll probably have improved Ice Block. So Ice Barrier is really just a personal choice, but 99% of the time it's going to be Icy Veins, activate to make Jaina's basic abilities cooldowns recharge 200% faster and reduce their mana cost by 50% for 5 seconds. At 16, you're going to take Northern Exposure. It reduces their armor by 25%, so they'll be taking 25% more damage. At 20, it's going to be Ice Blink or Winter Mute. Winter Mute pretty much all the time. If you took Water Elemental, if you took Ring of Frost, you could take Ice Blink for the cool plays. So we're going to take Winter Mute. Complete the quest. So, on the standard Jaina build, your combo for pretty much everything is going to be EQ. Now the reason it's going to be EQ is if we read her traits. Jaina's abilities chill targets, slowing them by 25% and amplifying damage taken from her abilities by 50%, and this lasts 4 seconds. Now what procs chill? Every one of her abilities procs chill. So her Q procs chill, as you can see by the little symbol up here, that means it's chilled. Her W procs chill, and her E procs chill. Now the reason you want to use her E first is because at level 16, the Northern Exposure, using Cone of Cold reduces their armor by 25, so they'll take 25% more damage. So at 16, that's why you want to do it. But even before then, you still want to start off with E, because at 7, Ice Lance reduces Frostbolt's cooldown by 2 seconds and restores 10 mana on chilled targets. And you want to use your Cone of Cold to be able to chill people. See, look, the cooldown, it's already back. If I were just to start off with my Q, it's a 3-second cooldown. There's a lot longer downtime between the next Q as compared to just using EQ. Now, for your Blizzard, early game, you want to use your Blizzard as pretty much your wave clear because your E and your Q don't really do that much. So you just drop it like that. Clear pretty much the whole wave. You want to use your W for the wave clear usually because, like I said, it clears the wave, and because most of the time, heroes are not going to stand still for you to drop it on them. You'll almost never get the full value of the Blizzard unless you have some kind of CC like a Malfruit or an Uther Stun or just slows already to confirm the damage like this. Obviously, if I did it a little faster, then it would have gotten more damage off. But yeah, just remember to use EQ for everything. This is your bread and butter combo. This is all you really have to use. If you took Numbing Blast, by the way, you can take Numbing Blast if you really want to, but Northern Exposure is almost always better. It will root the chilled target, so you can Blizzard them as well. As they're chilled, they are also slowed. So if you're like hitting a tank, or if you're hitting a front line, you can also drop it on there to not only create a zone, but to drop damage on them as well. So Jaina can be a tank killer, and she does well against squishy heroes. So as soon as Arthas comes back up, we'll kill him. Look how fast Arthas died. I'm pretty sure Water Elemental wasn't even hitting him the entire time.
Sounds interesting.
But also remember to use your Icy Veins when you have slow targets or you have a rooted target, because obviously that'll just let you pump out more damage. You slow him down with this. Pop the Icy Veins and just destroy them. This will melt any front line. The only real front line you have an issue with is possibly Diablo if you take Soul Shield. Other than that, you will just burst through everything. Now, this is the standard build, and I'm going to show you guys the new-ish build that's been going around. It's going to be Winter's Reach at 1 increases the range of Frostbolt by 30%. This is how long it is. I'll send out the gate. So it's from the gate to here. And if you take Winter's Reach,
choose a talent.
See here. Pretty big difference. It was around here, now it's here. This really allows you to stay and poke from a safer distance, compared to with the other build where you have to walk up, use your cone. You can now Q from this distance. Almost twice the cone. Like a little bit more than twice the cone. At 4, we're going to get Arcane Intellect, dealing damage to chilled targets. Returns mana to Jaina. Basic attacks return 5 mana, and abilities return 20. We're taking this because we don't have Fingers of Frost at 1, so we'll have a lot less mana sustain. If you don't take one or the other, she's going to drop mana really, really fast. At 7, it's going to be Ice Lance once again. This is always the pick. You would never not pick it. See, I just full comboed, and without the globe, it was... my mana was about right here. At 10, same logic. At 13, same logic between Ice Barrier and Icy Veins. With this build, you can really take Numbing Blast even more so than the classic build. But I still like Northern Exposure more. At 20, it can either be Wintermute, Ice Blink, or Deep Chill. What Deep Chill does is you can now stack targets for a second time, and it slows them up to 40%. Now, what the Chill does... So what Jaina's Chill does is it slows targets for 25% and it amps damage by 50. So if you can double stack it, you basically do 1 billion damage and you slow them forever. But, of course, Ice Blink is always the safer choice because you have mobility. You can also use Ice Blink to get a really long range engage on unsuspecting enemies. So kind of like, and the team fights over here, you can engage from a really far distance with this. And of course, you would want to pop your Icy Veins as your Ring of Frost is going off. Drop your whole combo. You can drop your Blizzard because they're going to be rooted from Ring of Frost. Look at that damage. 7,400 damage, and I'm pretty sure I whiffed the ring. So we're going to try it one more time here. As soon as my cooldowns come back.
Sounds good.
So we're going to blink, Ring of Frost, pop Icy Veins. Icy Veins is up. 10,000 damage on 2 targets. That's 5k damage to each target. Alright guys, that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys pick up Jaina in your Hero League games. She can be really good, but don't underestimate her. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Wingsaber out.